Hello everyone and welcome back to Strategic Command World War II, World at War, where we're back with more action in Russia, Africa and China as the war rages on. Let's continue with the 4th of July and see what we can accomplish during this one. I do hope to take Riga this turn, and these guys, yeah, let's blast them. So that entrenchment is at least at 0 already. That's quite good, and yeah, I'm quite sure we can take him now. I'll just swap these and finish him off. Alright. Again, that takes away a city for the Soviets and means that we get to advance. I do want to destroy these units before actually advancing. So for now, I'll just take the city, and they get their supply from other regions. So I can't really surround... Actually, I could. Potentially. That gives up the attack of the armor. We'll have to think about it. We'll blast these at the very least. You guys will get back up to 10, just like these. There we go. You're on escort mode, so that's good. I kind of need to check everything again, just to make sure that we're doing okay. So I definitely want to place these guys over here. Attack the army at Minsk. And actually use the tanks for that. I gotta get it repaired next turn. So if there's gonna be damage, I'd rather take it on the tank for now. And we know we can't get all the way into Orsha. Let's use you. Take the city. You have to take a look at the partisan activity as well. So nothing here. There's going to be a partisan up there in the Marsha, so kinda need to already deploy a unit in there specifically in order to make sure that a partisan doesn't spawn. So I'm gonna use those Italians while the garrison is actually moving there. Reinforcing you to 10. And like I said, I have no expectation of taking Orsha. They probably have a unit at Podolsk as well, but I guess going here is just the first thing that I'm gonna do. Okay, so I can actually attack them. Let's move you forward. And also reinforce these for an attack on Orsha on the next turn. Now we're already relatively close to Smolensk, so that would be pretty good already. Let's get these right next to the city. So they'll just repair back to 10, but that's not really an issue. And I'm gonna actually repair these guys next turn. Didn't I? Okay, so this one is not connected to anything. I'll do that on the next turn. It's actually a bit odd. Maybe I could put these guys here and destroy it. That's probably the best. Take the city. And this is the tank which is connected to Army Group North. But, yeah, okay, let's do that. But I can still bring it back, so I'm not too worried. And destroying enemy units really is the better option, I think. Doing that over something like a potential encirclement. But we know that Polotsk, I'm sorry, is probably filled with a unit anyway. Yeah, let's move him here. Alright, let's see where those garrisons at. So I need a second garrison up there regardless, and I will send them there because I'm going to take that hex. Anyway, there's also this hex here. So I rather need the Italian garrison there, and well, we'll take care of it later though. First of all, Zhytomyr is gonna be next. Let's see what their entrenchment is. 2. Okay, so they're quite low on that right now. That's good. I'll attack, swap it with the army. Okay, unit destroyed. Great. And they have anti-aircraft there, so it's not that good to use this there. But I will move in the Slovakian Corps. Things are not going as great as I might have hoped. Especially this. That's pretty sad, actually. That's definitely not something that I want to see. Because they'll just repair it back up to 10, and that means that, you know, my attacks have been quite useless at that point. We'll take Kiev on the next turn, but for now, unfortunately... Interceptors. Well. Yeah, let's pull you back. I'd rather use another corps to destroy that unit. Well, then I can actually bring in the army, which does a lot better. Let's switch these two up. Finish off another corps. And I should be able to undo this, yeah. I definitely want to destroy the armor train, if I can. Seems like I cannot take Krivoy Rog at that point. That's actually a very good mine, and I would like to take it, but I can't move in there, unfortunately. Okay, armor train gone. So I said in the previous episode that I was kind of expecting to take Krivoy Rog, but I guess that didn't happen. That's okay. Okay, Romanians right there. Let's actually make sure that these guys are both reinforced and upgraded on the next turn. These guys already acted as a interceptor, and I'd like to keep them like that. Take Uman at least, and let's see, because you actually have that tank like that. I'm gonna have to take a look at the HQ equipment, or yeah, exactly, on the next turn. Okay, that went marginally okay. So let's see where the partisan spawn. So I do have a unit on there already, so I don't really need to worry about it now. As for this, let's attach those guys. Kinda need to take the marshes as well, so I'll just at least send a guy in there. And upgrade most of these Italian units, or reinforce them for now. There we go. I have a little bit of a problem with my my throat here. Either way, that takes care of that. Then this here garrison can also move up. We'll take care of this guy soon. These guys will also be put in prepare mode just in case they repair that unit. I don't think they will quickly do that, but we'll see. Alright, down here. Definitely pulling back a bit, because I not only need to reinforce my units again, these guys are also woefully out of supply. So that's gonna take some time, unfortunately, but well, there's not a whole lot we can do about it. Guess I can upgrade the fighters, but okay, you guys can actually get in here. That's actually quite good. But attacking is not a great idea just about yet. I'll move these guys up in front as well and then get the artillery behind it. So we'll be poised to strike soon, and maybe I can get behind these units, start attacking that artillery as well. But I guess for now this is just basically how we're gonna have to handle the situation up here. Which is not too bad. Once these guys get back, you know, we can actively start attacking. No thanks, I'll just stick to the port. And let's continue in China. So I guess these could attach something else. Still can't upgrade them. I'm not gonna go down. So if we take a look at the partisans, we can see that it's probably good to stay in all of these locations currently. Yeah, I can actually move these up a little bit again. So as for these, they can't... Because they currently... Yeah, I would rather have them be in control of the 6th Army than anything else. Alright, alright. Potentially I can destroy this unit by swapping these now. Come on. Yes, alright. I guess another thing that would be quite good is to take control of this road, which is unlikely to happen soon, but if we can take it, that will once again improve my situation. And we're pretty close to Yan'an at that point. And I would say that the enemy has pretty low morale at the moment. Basically because we just took their capital, and yeah, their situation is not that great in China. I cannot destroy this unit, but let's actually upgrade them. We can also upgrade our units with mobility now, and I actually quite like that. I'm gonna... Well, let's see for now, because if I move you in here, I'll be able to ship them on the next turn. And I'm pretty much going to ship these units down here. We have these two armies, and they're both going to strike towards Rangoon. I think we might be able to get there relatively quickly. But down here, yeah, I'm not really sure. We might do a naval landing, like they might have a unit at Penang, but maybe not at Kota Bharu. Maybe they do. It's gonna be tricky. I want to have an army ready to take Hong Kong the moment that we declare war as well. They're of course aligned towards the Allied forces, not to China. Do I want to upgrade it now? No. It's not a port? Alright. Well, I guess that's a lesson learned. Let's upgrade you though. And yeah, they'll be taking that port or shipping out on the next turn. Let's reinforce. No. I pretty much just want to have 10 units maximum over here in China at that point. Simply because we really don't need more than that. Coming in from both sides here, so. I can only move in there. Because the idea is to cut off these units. They're in very poor supply already. Maybe I can upgrade them, yeah. In these cases, upgrading is a lot better than reinforcing too. Okay, so because it's better to attack with that army, I guess I'll just move you up for now. Not really the greatest of attacks. But oh well. Again, I need to get closer to the capital, so in order to draw supply from that. It gives me 5 supply, and together with the HQs, that should make everything go a lot smoother. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 units now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 armies. And then the artillery, a special unit. So I can actually send this 13th Corps down as well, just like this one. If we take a look at the partisans, there are no actual partisans out there. So I'll send these guys down as well in order to take care of business elsewhere. If I just go back up to 10, I'll actually send these down here. These can only go on radar mode. It's actually... yeah, it's a tactical bomber. Those arts aren't too great, but I'll attack here. And then start harassing the 13th Army this way. Reason for that is... well, their supply is the worst of all of these guys. I'm gonna cross the river. I don't believe the enemy can move from here into Wuhan. It's also not an area where actual partisans spawn, it seems like, so I'd rather just move up a little bit and we'll okay, I'll move in here again, cut off supplies a little bit more. These guys will also be in poor supply, but it's not too worrying. I'm gonna move you up ahead. Alright, great. I do think that we should really start preparing, because it's July the 4th. So what I'm gonna try to do the moment that we declare war on the US, none of these can actually go to 10. If we take a look at the diplomacy though, they're quite high out there already, 71. So I want to have an attack towards Hawaii ready. There's no other way to really like zoom in. They don't really mind if we're close to Wake Island or Midway. It seems like. And I definitely want to have an invasion ready for the Philippines. And for Singapore. I don't know how many turns we have left until that happens. That's pretty much the problem. Like, I would like to do that once we're ready. But it's unclear to me how many turns we have for this. Well, either way, if I want to go and invade those places, first of all, through here though, no amphibious transports are ready at the moment. Let's actually go to the research, because build limits of both types of amphibious transports. So without researching that, we can't really do anything there. Thought we were already researching that. I guess I'm gonna put more MPPs in that, because it's not really good if we cannot actually use those kind of transports. Although I believe I'm currently using, yeah, one here. Oh, what, you can't land anymore at that point. Oh, that's not really good. Okay, I guess at that point it will be quite important to get my navy very close there, or at least closer to that location. If there are any enemy battleships or anything that's going to try and attack this core, then I really need to retaliate. Yeah, I'll put this unit there just in case they might try to get close. That's actually really bad for me. Alright, well, either way, I think we've wrapped everything up. We'll be moving in here. And yeah, there's really no need for me to do anything else there. There's no research except for the Germans that I could potentially do. Yeah, there's one research that I can commit to. Advanced subs, not really looking for anything like that. Advanced fighters would be really good. I guess I could spend it on that. Alright. Let's just see what the enemy has in store. There's no submarines that I could use either. Because I could probably actually upgrade, no, only reinforce it. And send that one out on the next turn, just with these as well. Okay, that's actually quite a couple of submarines that I can send out again. That's great. Then up here, not that much is happening. For some reason, oh yeah, I don't have MPP anymore. Alright, I will ship it back to the enemy. We'll see what happens, and let's end the turn. Italy's still working on that, not getting a whole lot of MPP still, so they really need to keep taking more territory, and Japan kind of needs to keep taking it from China, which still hasn't fallen yet, which is a bit unfortunate. I mean, we're constantly taking more troops from China, but it's not enough yet if we also want to go and attack in other places. So they're trying to retreat in a lot of areas. Alright. I mean, it's not surprising that the Soviets also get a bunch more units. Okay. It's fine. We'll take Krivoy Rog on the next turn, finally. So we'll get a lot more MPP from that too. No naval engagements on my amphibious. There we are. Well, I guess that's a unit down. My lesson is learned. I didn't know that you couldn't land after attacking. I actually thought that you could. That was my presumption. But I guess it was a wrong presumption. So, lesson learned. And won't make that mistake again in the future. You know, that's a thing about these games. Keep learning every time. Every time you discover something new, of course, that's gonna hurt a little bit before you actually start realizing, oh yeah, that's what I gotta do. Alright. No damage back. Seems like they're already reinforcing their own units too. These guys are already at 2 and 2. 2 anti-aircraft, 2 on attack power. They're not doing too great there though, to be fair. This unit can't really go all the way up there. I'd rather keep it like in that particular spot because it's in very poor supply at the moment. And I don't want to overextend. There's nothing that we can take around that road anyway. US oil embargo hits Japanese morale, huh? Alright. Well, the Italian Expeditionary Force is formed. Great. We'll have a pretty big force there. United States imposes an oil embargo against Japan. Yeah, we kind of figured that out. So I guess the time to strike is near. Yeah. Alright, the 23rd U-boat flotilla is due to deploy shortly at Kiel in the Baltic, though it could perhaps be put to better use if we were to send it overland to serve in the Mediterranean. Arriving with full research, whatever is decided, transferring this U-boat unit to Pola in the Adriatic will cost us 35 MPP. From Pola, it can sail into the Mediterranean to attack Allied shipping. If you say yes, it will deploy at Pola on the 12th of September. If you say no, it will deploy at Kiel. I would... Let's see, actually. By saying yes, we will be better able to intercept Allied shipping and invasion force in the Mediterranean. No, I don't think we need to. We're fine. Garrison units for Italy. I'll deploy them at the border. They're going to serve in Russia. And the Zuikaku carrier in Japan. It's going to be a big one. Do we have any port? Yes, we do. Let's take a look at the war in China first. So, these have 5 units. And now both of them do. Okay, great. That was what I was looking for. Let's take that. Because taking this road is going to be important too. But we know that the supplies are going to be quite poor in this area. For now, so... Ah, come on. Alright. Let's try and do this. Okay, great. And I could potentially cut them off. Is that necessary? They don't get any supply from Yichang. Yeah. Let's do it. Okay, that makes that another encirclement. And again, we're still a ways ahead from Lan Chao. I guess I'll just stay in this area with these forces in order to get rid of them. while trying to move up. I guess... Okay, you reinforce at 10 now. Great. Alright. Let's upgrade that mobility. Okay, good. So it shouldn't be too difficult to actually destroy that particular unit. What kind of terrain is this? Mountain? Terrain in China is absolutely abysmal. So, alright, let's attack there. Pull you back. Ah, okay. So they can't move in there regardless. Well, let's move you to the side. That's not really the greatest. Come on. Oh, okay, lucky. Can't occupy this hex, but that's fine. Things are looking up. We destroyed again a bunch of units in China. Yeah, I'm sure they have too many units here. If I move in here, at least I'll cut them off at the road, which would be quite good. And like I said, we have those 10 units that we need, and the rest of the units are kind of being funneled off. These 2 units will potentially... Well, I'll have to see. We need to use less and less units in China, so, you know, every unit that we could cut off, I will. Oh, so I could land it. Yeah, let's move you down. Okay, so they do have a core in there. So there'll be one more unit that is actually going into Thailand in order to kind of be at these 2 locations. I'm still contemplating whether I should try to go for a naval invasion there. First of all, though, I will... Oh, okay, huh. Go for, I guess, more research. Again, long-range aircraft should do nicely. Let's send you by transport. That's the last core that I'm going to use down here. The question is, what am I going to do with it? Even now, I think that a naval invasion might actually be good if I try to move into Kotsobaru. So historically, the Japanese landed here and then cut off the British units that were at Penang, pretty much trying to blockade this area. And they actually encircled, I believe there were really a lot of units that were encircled because the Japanese landed here and cut them off. And then they went to Singapore. It was a lot easier to take that because of it. Either way, I do want to have a unit here right next to Hong Kong. Seems to be empty at the moment, so I really want to get in there immediately. Once we have the ability to attack. Oh yeah, I can use amphibious transports now. Kind of strange that I couldn't use any of them on the previous turn. Might have to do with the weather. But I think that means that I need to go and prepare for an attack. Either way, I'm only gonna deal with Africa, I guess, for now. Okay, that unit is at least down. Great. Sure, let's take it this way. So Crete is ours. These units will be in better supply on the next turn. I'm a bit surprised that the odds are that poor, but I'm gonna go after the anti-tank gun here. Nice. Because I think we'll probably be able to deal most damage that way. Wow, really? I would really like to destroy this, but I'm a bit afraid that with results like this, it's not gonna happen. Oh, who knows? You are escorting. Good. Down to 1. Then I should be able to take it down, even like this. Perfect. Oh, that's a core, huh? Right, well, either way, we still destroyed a unit on this turn, which I'm quite happy about. I'll bring these guys back, and next turn we're gonna have a little bit more in order to advance towards Marsa-Matru. And they have, I guess, mostly HQs here. Just having this one army is probably not that great. These guys can actually even prepare for a landing there. Either way, I'll continue this turn in the next episode. So for now, I want to thank you for watching. Do hope you enjoyed this part. If you did, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. And I will see you all in the continuation, where we'll be dealing with Russia and the remainder of, some administrational stuff in each respective theater. Preparations for the invasions in Japan, things like that. So yeah, that will be pretty exciting as well, I hope. Either way, thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.